So they know. You cannot claim they don't know. And I think when they must have been having that was that school start report. You remember when school report card?
Yes.
When we launched it.
Yes.
So basically, I think we should proceed.
Yes.
With this.
About, the school report card. We've launched a school report card like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and we shared with you the content of the report. What is your view about the school report card, in terms of helping, learning outcomes in our schools?
For me, really, the school report card is a very good idea, brilliant. And I'm happy that we are working as partners in education with the private sector as well as the government, of course. As you know, the whole purpose of this school report card is centered on ensuring that we deliver quality services in the education sector. And for that to happen, all key players must be involved, particularly the parents. For a long time, we have tended not to involve parents in this matter. And I'm happy that the National Taxpayers Association has done a great job in coming up with these projects. We should ensure that parents are involved in a participatory manner in ensuring that there is quality education in our schools. Looking at the report itself, the findings is amazing. There is no question about it that indeed active participation of parents in all activities of school will make a huge difference. In fact, that has happened, as you know. It has happened, and I'm very, very proud of that. And what you are doing is in line with the Education Act. In the Education Act, Wesa, you remember the current composition of the board of management is about 14 people. Amongst those 14 people, 6 are representatives of the parents. So we are basically saying that we are almost saying 50% of the composition of B or M is derived from the parents, which to me is fantastic. This is key because chief among your also objectives really is to ensure there is better governance in schools, better governance. And not only that the schools utilize the resources the way they should, because that is also very important. Are we utilizing our resources the way they should be utilized? And if there is somebody who is helping us to do that, I'm very happy. For example, I looked again at your findings, where you have insisted, and it's in line with the ministry's objective, that head teachers display on the notice boards the way they have spent the resources of our schools. That's fantastic. Because for parents really to be able, yes, to even give more support to schools, they must make sure that money is utilized in a transparent and accountable manner. To me, that is very, very, very critical. It is unfortunate, of course, that in those schools where there are no fences, there are no fences, and you go and display those audited accounts, you know what happens? They pull them down. We just do hope that indeed we are going to do something about that. The other thing, the key factors which, again, as a result of your report, which tend to affect the quality of education, as you know, is really, you can say water and sanitation. You can say school health, if you will. And I was amazed to find that in those schools where there's water, clean water, the participation of children in our schools is fantastic. Again, this is in line with our plan. If you look at our session of paper, we said in every school we are going to put a water tank. And I think you need to help us this, Wesa. Wherever you are, please ensure that our schools have water tanks. And if they don't, take us to task over that one. I think that is critical. The other thing which to me is very important, when you talk about participation, yeah, there is something you have said which is key. For children to participate, they must have clean water and they must feel secure. Yes, again, you notice security is very important. And all of us must make sure that indeed we provide security to our children. The other finding as a result of this scorecard, which I'm very impressed, by the way, you look at the issue of absenteeism. Remember that, absenteeism. And it's amazing, you know, you'll find that we have not been able, as a ministry, actually, to record absenteeism. And if you don't record, it is very difficult to monitor or establish the impact. But through your initiative from now on, I think you intend to do that, which I like. We should be able to record absenteeism. Because again, absenteeism as per this report shows very clearly, if there's constant absenteeism, what is likely to happen? The dropout rate will increase. And you know our intention, Weza, is to make sure that really we address the issue of dropouts. Retain our children in school. Yeah, so that even the transition from primary school to secondary school is better. And when they go to secondary school, we are saying they remain in school until when they are 18, up to when they are 18 years. As to me, again, that is very important. The other thing is that why I'm very happy about this parental participation. You know, oftentimes we have clinics, student clinics. In these student clinics, you don't see both parents participating a lot. It is the women. And it's as if the children belong to women alone. Yet it's all of us. And I've said it so many times, we must make sure that all of us participate in the learning of our children. Because if we don't do that, really, you find that children may not, again, can easily even escape. Because they say if the father is not there, maybe this is not a very important matter. Yet to me, if you ask me, it is absolutely critical. It's absolutely critical. And let me not talk so much because I've talked so much about the school card. Maybe you can ask questions.
Yes. Maybe just in the same line, during your launch, you raised importance of the learners or the people's involvement in school affairs. So going forward, what needs to be done in order to encourage that, so that we can be able to hear the voice of the people.
Wonderful. Again, when I talked about board of management, remember out of the 14 members, there will be a representative of the Students' Council. These days we are talking about school government, where you have a president and deputy president, that you know.
Yes. So
to me, the current Education Act is very good in that for the first time, the students, the pupils will be involved in the governance of the school. Of course, as per the law, they are ex officio. They cannot vote. I know parents and teachers have been very scared of this, and they don't have to be. Because, again, this is a transparent and accountable manner. So for me, involving students or pupils is critical. Because as we say, Wesa, it is the wearer of the shoe who knows where it hurts. Gone are the days when you used to say students or pupils are there to be seen and not to be heard. You give a prescription to them without finding out whether they are, what is their concern. Recently I saw a school, there was a school where the school has worked in concert with their parent. One of the parents, not two, one of the parents, so to say that the child should not sit for a form for exams. Yet that child has not been consulted. That's a grossly unfair. It's good to hear whether the child is willing to sit for exams or not. But you cannot purport to speak for the child. By the time they reach that level, you can dismiss them. They are very intelligent, really. Therefore, for me, it is important to involve pupils, to involve students. Why? Because, again, it's in line with the core values enshrined in our Constitution. One of the core values is inclusiveness. So when you don't involve students, that is exclusivity, if you ask me. And secondly, one of the other core values is democracy and participation of the community, of the people. You can't say the children are not the people. I thought they are the people. Therefore, a part of that participation, they must be involved. And you'll be surprised, they will give you brilliant ideas. And the reason why we have opinion boxes all over anyway, all over the world, we don't say the opinion box is for people aged from this age to that age. No way. It is for everybody. And whatever information comes, it is our responsibility to stake it, analyze it in the best interest of providing quality education. Thank you.
Thank you so much. There's the issue of data management at the school level. And NTA is building a digital platform to collect this data. In terms of value addition, do you think that this strategy will be able to help the ministry in terms of having a real-time data to work with going forward?
No, wonderful. You see, I did mention earlier on the need to involve all stakeholders in whatever we do. Data management, not only in this ministry, but all ministries, is a challenge. We want a situation where, and in fact we are going to strengthen that in the ministry, a situation where you can have something called open access repository. Open access repository is a situation where there is all data for the ministry. Data that is very key. This happens in universities, by the way. So it can happen even at this lower level. So that the click of a button, you should be able to see, we have this number of primary schools in Kenya. We have this number of secondary schools. We should be able to say, in Standard 1, these are the people who have registered to join Standard 1. Even when they exit, if you want to know about absenteeism, what percentage of our children are not in school? And again, using this, that center, I like the center, what were you calling it? Cost center or something. The cost center is like an ombudsman. We want people out there to tell us what is happening in the ministry. Because oftentimes, people want to tell you what you want to hear. Nice things. But there's no harm in being told the hard things. It is these hard things which matter a lot. You get. For example, I would want to know, at any one given time, are teachers in school or not? And if they're in school, are they teaching? Because remember, we had another report the other day where we are saying the teachers are in school and almost 50% are not teaching. That worries me. I would want to find out why. You cannot, Wanawesa, survive on speculation, on rumors. Yet the emphasis has always been making informed choices. And for you to make informed choices, it must be based on data. That's where you come in. So for me, I'm very happy about that. So that whatever decisions we make, they are backed by data. Data that is factual, well researched. It's not something imaginary. It's like when people tell you, we are producing half-baked graduates. What is the basis of doing that? You understand what I'm trying to say? So we don't fear criticism, as long as they are facts. And because we are not unique, we have challenges like any other country. And our responsibility is to address those challenges in the interest of providing quality education in this country. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And finally, the Minister, in terms of, policy, informing policies at the Ministry of Education, the SRC project, the call center project, the data collection tool that, NTA is putting in place. Going forward, what does this mean for the future of education in Kenya, and, in general, what does it contain for the future?
No, if I asked, and I am very happy that you are going to have a launch January next year, 2015. We want to make this a commonplace in our institutions. Something that is normal, is routine. School report card. I think to me it's very unique. And I've been saying that we should not be copycats. This country must be known, even to evolve ideas and systems that are unique, in that they can be copied by other countries. If you read or recent, I read one at the bar, one of the bars, one of the TV stations. I can't remember whether it was KTN or what. But I remember seeing something to the effect that our president and his deputy have been actually voted as the best leaders who have addressed the issue of quality education than any other people in the entire continent. And to that extent, they have been asked, our president, to spearhead in the entire continent again how we can provide quality education in our institutions. What is a better way than this scorecard, school report card? It's fantastic. So for me, going way forward, you are supplementing our effort. We are lucky we have Minyipembe who is in charge of quality and delivery of quality education in our schools. And it's fantastic because you are supplementing his effort. To me, as I said, you are our external eyes. You are somewhere else through the parents and other stakeholders, and you're telling us, hey, are you people delivering? Because sometimes we imagine we are doing very well. Kumbe ukifanya uchunguzi utashangaa. Iko shida mahali, iko castle. So our responsibility is to listen. Yeah, because again, we cannot claim to have a preserve of knowledge. A preserve of information, we cannot. It is all of us. And I say that the press, people like who are here today, all of us as good Kenyans, we must make proposals